People of the internet's Retro Raconteur here, and surprise, surprise, I'm back with yet another Hogwarts Legacy rumor update. But we also have some legit news as well that could possibly speak to the game getting a little bit closer, maybe. Look, I'm going to be honest with you guys, I always appreciate when you send me the rumors, so hit me up on Twitter when you see any of this stuff, at Retro Raconteur. But at the same time, like so many of you, I'm just kind of over this. I haven't been making a video on every single one of these little rumors because, let's be honest, there have been a lot lately. But it's just sort of the same kind of stuff over and over again. We saw a rumor recently about the possibility of maybe some mini games being included with some multiplayer elements. I've been predicting this for a while now. I think there's definitely going to be some kind of multiplayer component. But it's all just guessing. I mean, let's be real here. It's people with some, maybe a little bit of credibility online as having some leaks right in the past. But overall, it's not like some super reliable source that we're getting all of this stuff from. Now, there is one in the form of a job posting that we're going to be talking about, but let's start with all of these other rumors that have been coming about. First up, there are a number of sources who seem to be indicating a Sony State of Play event in February, and potentially a very big State of Play event. This is something that's not just coming from one person online. I've seen this from a number of different folks, and let's be honest here. I mean, it's not really that outlandish to say that there's going to be a Sony State of Play event soon. I mean, they do these things periodically throughout the year. They had their big holiday push, and now we're kind of settling into the new year. February would be a perfect time to kind of say, hey, here's the games coming out over the next couple of months. And it also wouldn't be a surprise to see Hogwarts Legacy. I mean, let's be real here, guys. We heard directly from Avalanche right at the end of 2021. They outright said, look, there's more coming on the game. We can't wait to share more with you in the new year. The new year's here. As far as we know, the game is still on track to release this year, so it only makes sense that we're going to start getting some information soon, which I know you all are very excited about. I mean, it's a very exciting time, but as always with these rumors, I mean, take them with a grain of salt. There was another rumor that was talking about, hey, the game is probably going to be releasing much sooner than people expect. I mean, stuff like that, guys, just, you can't put much stock in it because these people have no idea. Trust me on this, because I actually work in marketing. My day job is in marketing. It's nothing related to the video game industry, but I know how these dates get pushed around, even internally, when you have something that's coming up. You may have a date that you feel is like your rock solid date. Hey, this is when we're launching this product, or this is when we're going to push out this release. And that may be the date for months and months and months. And then like 2 weeks before it happens, you have something come up where you have to adjust it. Maybe if it's even by a day. So it is my hunch that not even within Avalanche, not even within WB, do they know the exact precise release date of the game yet. Sure, they probably have a target one, but that could totally change based on how these next few months go. So anything that starts to deal in specifics like that, I'm always immediately very sort of cautious about believing that. I have maintained for a while now that I think it's going to be a holiday 2022 game. I would love to be wrong. I'd love for it to be even sooner than that. This summer, who knows, maybe even like March. I mean, just be insane. I don't think there'd be enough time for a big marketing push if that were the case. I'm still expecting late this year. But as far as Hogwarts Legacy being at a Sony State of Play in February, yeah, I could totally see that. I hope that's the case. We're in 2022 now, guys. It's no longer the state of Avalanche not saying anything at all. They've actually talked about it and said, hey, more news is coming. Now, let's deal in some concrete information for this next one here. Avalanche has posted yet another job listing, and this one is particularly interesting because it is for a localization producer. So I'll put it up on screen here. I'm not going to read every single bit. If you want to pause it and kind of read over all this, I definitely encourage you to do that. But just hitting the high points here, localization is one of those final things that is done in a game. I mean, the game pretty much has to be done for localization to really take place. Because what happens with localization is they take the game as it's built and then they essentially translate it to all the different other languages for where the game is going to be published. Now, this doesn't mean the game is coming out like tomorrow, because yes, localization takes time. And as the job posting even mentions, there are a lot of different regional stakeholders that are sort of involved here. And there's a lot of work with localization that needs to be done. But the fact that they are posting for this, that they are hiring for this, that tells us that the game is getting closer, which is certainly a good thing. I know there are still some of you out there who believe the game is never coming out. I'm not one of those people. I think it's absolutely coming out. And I really do, guys, I really do think we are getting close to actually starting to get some concrete information so we don't always have to do these little news videos where it's like, hey, here's another little random rumor or a job posting. Hopefully, fingers crossed, hopefully we are getting closer. Now, in the meantime, if you're someone who loves the old school Harry Potter games, then you have to check out my latest video. I'll post it here on the right side of the screen. It is the complete history of Harry Potter video games. Or if you just want to get caught up on all the latest Hogwarts Legacy news, then check out the video on the left side of your screen. As always, thank you all so much for watching. I'll talk to you again soon.